Hello friends, it's been a while that I haven't made any video and from today we're gonna start with another video series discussing about the top 100 novels which are important from our NTA Net point of view. The first novel is The Lord of Flies. The novel has been discussed by many people and also it is important not just from NTA Net point of view but also has been asked in various state level exams. Those who are preparing for their CTET or PTET, they might also have read this novel and it is important. So rather than wasting much time, let's get started. The novel was published by Goldings. Goldings, he has won Nobel Prize in Literature in year 1980. The novel has been inspired by another work which was published in 1858, while the novel Lord of Flies was published in 1954, and it was published by Faber and Faber. There's one catch that in every video I'll be asking you a question which would give you further insight about some other important works or questions which are important from our UGC net point of view. So from the today's question is that which another important work was published by Faber and Faber, and who's the owner of Faber and Faber, right? So the work this Lord of Flies was published in 1954 and has been inspired by Ballantyne's work The Coral Island. The story is quite similar, that a group of boys has been stranded on some island, and then they are waiting for their elders to come and rescue them. The similarity is that in the end of this novel, the Coral Island, some naval officers, they came and they finally rescued these young boys. In this novel, the Lord of Flies, some boys, along with the musical choir, they were stranded. Like they get entrapped on some stranded island, and then the fight is about civilization and power, that how to make the society civilized, because these young boys, they have to establish their own society, and how this is a fight about this is a fight about power, that who will be the leader. So in this novel, the novel has three important characters. One is Rolf, another one is Jack, and one is Piggy. And these characters are further, like they are the caricatures of the protagonist, which we had in that novel, The Coral Island. So Ralph, he's the hero of the novel, right? And what happens is, once they're stranded, this guy, Ralph, along with his friend Piggy. Piggy is the one who's spectacled and who's fat. So this is another question, I have seen it somewhere. Both of them, they found a couch, and then Ralph, after some voting, he becomes the leader, and he establishes three important democratic rules for the island, because he's the chief now. He's the leader. The first one is to have fun. The second one is to survive no matter what, and the third one is to always keep the smoke signal on. Now, because they have to keep the smoke signal on, it is important that they should have some kind of this some source to put fire on, and they used Piggy's spectacles to produce fire. So the story goes on, what they for surviving, what they used to do is they had fruits on the island and they used to hunt pigs. So after some time, what happens is, Ralph, and there's another guy, Simon. Simon is the confidant of Ralph. He's quite a good friend of him, his. And then what they did, because Ralph is the leader, so they discovers what are the fruits and how to keep other people in their party, because right now he's the leader. He somehow knew that some other competition would be coming up, and then this guy Piggy, he is actually the real confident. Although this guy, Simon, Ralph had this feeling that he's quite a good friend of mine, but eventually the story would go in some other track. And Simon, he had one problem, that first of all, Simon is a daydreamer. He used to dream, and then he had some epileptic disorder, and then that's why, or some due to some other medical reason, he used to fall asleep anytime, anywhere. And the fourth important thing is that he had a special secret hiding place. Because it's a hiding place, of course it has to be secret, but he had this kind of place. Now Piggy, Piggy the spectacle and the fatty one. What He is actually the real confidant of Ralph, and there's another guy, Jack, the one I mentioned in the beginning of the video, that there are three important characters. Jack, we can take him, mm, the villain of the novel, right? Now Jack, he tries to make his own party, and when Ralph became the leader, he established a rule that whosoever will hold this conch will be the chief. Now this guy Jack, they started spreading rumors that there is a beast on the island. Because they started spreading this kind of rumor, Ralph knew that this is not the truth. But other young boys, they started feeling, scared, and there was a kind of paranoia on the island that, of course, there is some hidden power, there's some beast. They were afraid. They started staying together. They were looking upon someone to protect them. So this kind of scenario started building up on the island. Then Jack, what he did, he involved other boys and he started a pig hunting competition. During the competition, what happened, that a ship, it bypassed them, and they forgot to keep the smoke signal on. So when Ralph came to know about this thing, he was angry that, see, our elders are trying to find us, but the other boys, they were busy having fun. Hmm. After this, what happens? This guy, the other guy, there was a, there were two boys, a pair of twins, Eric and Sam. They What they did, that when they were busy with this pig hunting, a parachute actually descended, and the parachute was carrying a dead soldier. Now that dead soldier was lying on a rock, a big rock, and slowly the body started decaying, and it became another source of flies. This is important. So slowly the body started decaying, but nobody knew that there's a dead body on the island also, and some navy officer has come. A dead navy officer has come. Further, the story goes on, and one day Jack, the negative hero, and Ralph, our hero, they had some kind of altercation, and Jack decided to have his own group. He said that, okay, I don't need you anymore, and I'll make my own tribe. He moves to the other part of the island where there is a big rock. They named it the Castle Rock, and over there they established their own party, and they started alluring these young boys that in case you join our tribe, you will get better food. Ralph is not that good with hunting, and the story goes on. Now Jack and Roger, who's kind of suspicious and a negative, a shady character, you can say, they all started this alluring game that, okay, if you join our tribe. So one fine day, Jack and his followers, um, they erected a beast. What they did, they took a stick, they hunted a pig, they decapitated that pig and put its head over that stick, and then they portrayed it as a beast, that okay, the pig is our beast. Now Simon, the one who was a daydreamer, he got into an imaginary dialogue where he had a word with the beast, saying that there is a beast inside all of us, right? Sometimes I think these novels, they also become a bit mystical. So Simon, he climbs the castle rock where there is a dead body, and then he discovers the parachute along with the dead body. He comes back and he then further informs everyone that there is a beast on the rock, this castle rock. Jack, he realizes that conch is not the power. The spectacles is the actual power, and because whosoever will be having the spectacles, it would be easier for them to start the fire. So one day when Ralph and his people, Piggy and Jack and Eric, they were Eric and Sam, they all were sleeping. Jack invades their this camp and steals their spectacles of Piggy. In the morning, when Ralph discovers this thing, he rushes back to this guy, Jack, and then there is another fight. While they are going over there, Piggy was killed by a stone. so it crushed Piggy's head. He died, and this guy, the conch also, it gets destroyed by this heavy rock. Now Eric and Sam, they were tortured by Jack and his friends, so that and Roger also, that they should join their tribe. So somehow they were forced to do that. Finally, Ralph was alone. He comes back, like fighting with them, and then this guy Roger, he orders them to behead Ralph, and they were just about to kill Ralph when the naval officers, they reach the island, and finally they protect everyone. And when they come, Piggy, because Piggy has died, and Ralph was kind of devastated with his death. He says that this is the end of the innocence. This is the end of the innocence. It's another important question that what were the last words, or before the naval officers came, what were the last words of this guy Ralph, our hero? There's another important question, that this particular work has actually inspired a few works. One is The Heart of Atlantis, Misery, and this guy Stephen King, who's quite famous nowadays. People are reading him like anything. There could be another important question, that what's another there's another famous work by Stephen King. But apart from that, what he did, he wrote the introduction of Lord of Flies in 2011, and the novel Garden Lakes, which is by Jamie Clark, it is an homage to Lord of Flies. And Stephen King got the name Castle Rock from the same novel. So there's a novel by Stephen King which is named after Castle Rock, and this has been taken from the same novel, Lord of Flies. So there are three important characters: Rolf, Jack, and Piggy. So the questions which I have seen are that whose spectacles were used, who became the first chief, what was the actual source of power, and what, after becoming the chief, Ralph declared as this source of their power, or what, whosoever will be possessing what, that who will be the chief. So these are some of the important questions, those which have been asked in UGC net or NTA net point of view, in previous year exams. In case you would like me to make any other video on any important novel, you can text me, you can leave some comments. Till then, please take care, keep posting, keep reading, because reading is the essence of life. The more we read, the more entertained we are. Take care, all the very best. I hope we all will score good marks in our exam. If you haven't downloaded your admit card yet, just like me, I think you should do it now. And just keep posting. Take care. Bye bye.